Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you find yourself in. And as always, we have our three piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can book that in the description box below also. That being said, I'll leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the banana crystal or the yellow fluorite, then this one is for you. So Jackson keeps on choosing this one for group 1, so maybe it's a persistent message about the healthy eating that comes with this crystal, particularly if you've chosen group 1 each time it's shown up with this crystal anyway. For those that have continued to choose this same crystal, absolutely there is that message of mindful eating and also using discernment and the power of the mind to overcome emotional issues or emotional ties. So seeing things very logically and sort of clearing the mind and clearing the heart in particular. It's also a supportive stone for any issues with the liver and high cholesterol, and paying attention to saturated fats and things like we said with the eating. So maybe you'd like to see a clinical nutritionist. There is a link in the description box below to a wonderful one, my sister, and she has a discount code for people with the code that's also in the description box. So if that calls to you, please take advantage of that offer with Bethany. And we'll jump into your reading group 1 with the past energy. We have the 3 of Wands, the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. So this is not an easy time for you, I would say, group 1. It does look like there's a bit of a standstill. This energy is a bit at a pause. There's a need to really release anxieties and emotional turmoil. And this is past energy, so this is something you've been moving through. I feel like you're still maybe in this energy a little bit, and judging by the cards of the week ahead, you will be purging this energy and finding balance. But recent days, maybe over the weekend, if you're watching at time of recording, it may have been a difficult time for you with regards to processing and releasing, and particularly waiting as well, with the 3 of Wands being here. You might have been waiting for some communication from somebody, or waiting for something that has caused you a great deal of anxiety because maybe it hasn't come forward, or maybe what has come forward has not been comfortable for you for whatever reason. But it does look like a really challenging past energy here. For some of you, you may have a lot of study load. She's literally got books here trying to work out what to focus on next. So maybe you've got a lot of things to tend to. Maybe you've got a lot of things that need to get done to achieve your goals, and you may feel bombarded or overloaded with these things, or not, maybe analysis paralysis, some sort of feeling. So you might not know where to start with some of this stuff. You may be getting a lot of messages with your dreams here as well, with the 9 of Swords. And we see, even like the crystal suggests, about releasing emotional, stabilizing the emotions, releasing emotional charge by using the power of discernment. And this person is, she's being, I guess, bombarded by the bats, the negative thinking. But the fairies are just here, so if you were to open the window and let them in, they would come and help you. So I feel like this is a message of letting yourself be helped by the unseen, letting yourself be helped by perhaps some of the tools you might have in your tool belt that helps emotional regulation and calming and releasing. Meditations, affirmations, a certain sport or hobby you like to do that clears you, music, whatever it might be. So in the current energy, we have got 3 major arcana straight away this week. So perhaps as you find this reading, you may be at a very, feeling like this is a pivotal moment for you. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, Temperance and Death all here. Scorpio's energy, Sagittarius energy here, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio again, as I said. What else is here on the table? Libra is here as well. It doesn't matter if that's your energy or not. So what I'm seeing here is I kind of feel like this is you surrendering to what will be, let the powers that be turn the wheel. It kind of feels a bit like that, and you're ready to surrender and let something go. You're ready to let something change and transform. With the Wheel of Fortune here and the Death card, it does show that this can be something more internal, or it could be an external event for you. This is a current energy though, in the days ahead from watching this. So you can expect things to be changing, and I do get the feeling like you may feel like what you want is out of reach in some sense, or that there's a lot to move through to get to where you want to be. With the Wheel of Fortune and Death though, it does honestly feel like a bit of a disappointment in some sense, or it may feel like it just honestly doesn't feel like the bigger picture though. Whatever's disappointing you, it's not to do with the bigger picture potentially, or at least what you think is the bigger picture is what I'm getting with that. Like I feel like you might be stressed over certain details or a certain thing that might not be going your way, but in the grand scheme of things, the wheel is actually turning and these changes are leading you towards where you're meant to be. So as we progress into the week ahead, we have the Page of Swords and the Ten of Swords, the Four of Wands and Justice. So for those of you that are taking up something new, learning something new, studying, or it could also just be a massive change in your lifestyle or what's happening in your world, do feel like you're embracing the changes as much as you can. I feel like you do have a lot of curiosity for a situation, perhaps that thing that you've been waiting for in the past year, or something that's not quite resolved itself yet. I do feel like you've got a lot of questions about this, about a particular ending potentially. You may be keeping your eye on a situation or trying to gain information about a situation so that you can have closure and move forward with the Ten of Swords. I do feel like for a lot of you, this Four of Wands is actually an event. We have the Halloween decorations there, so it could be some sort of anniversary, birthday milestone, or event in your community or in your family. I do feel like that's a sort of a standalone card for some people connecting to this. So it's like maybe over the weekend you've got something coming up within your community that helps you feel connected, and it does feel like a really nice energy. For some of you, this Four of Wands is part of what is leaving your world or is changing it within your world. It could also not be that it's leaving, that it's transforming for many of you actually, because the Death and the way the Ten of Swords is actually the Phoenix. And not particularly someone who's stabbed everywhere. It's a bit of a different spin on the Ten of Swords. It's more looking towards what can happen from these changes rather than what's been lost. So while there may feel like things are at a standstill and that things are a bit cloudy right now, things will improve, and things like if you're going with the flow of these changes and allowing yourself to be open-minded to these changes, they are going to support you and bring a lot of balance into your life. And with Justice at the end of the week, Six of Swords, things are balancing out, things are getting a lot easier. For Justice, for some of you, this could be a legal situation or some sort of response to a legality of some kind, paperwork or something. Then this is a good news, I do feel here. The Chariot allowing you to move forward, Four of Pentacles. There could be some things to do with finances this week as well that you need to pull in or organize, whether that be paying certain bills or getting debts in order, or organizing resources you need for your work, or whatever it might be. I do feel like there's a sort of maybe a potential pinch financially, or something you're just trying to work through at the moment and build yourself back up again. I kind of get that also from this. This looks like your image in the community as well. So I feel like you might be sort of building up who you are in your work role or something like this, or sort of just building your identity. I've heard again, so maybe you're rebuilding your identity, or something to do with the home space. There might be big changes in the home space, renovations or a move. There's a lot of stuff going on with it regards to like the way your life is shifting and taking you right now, it does seem. So in the challenge, we have got the World, the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So in the challenge, I do feel a sense of powerlessness. You may be feeling like your wish fulfillment is out of reach, like I've seen here in the past energy as well. there are some things you would really like, and I think part of that is your own personal power over a situation, to feel empowered and strong and also attractive. There's something about attractiveness here as well. Like, you want to feel like you can attract the things that you want naturally without having to exert so much energy or fake, or there's something about just being in alignment, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. But it's also to do with, it may be a little bit ego, like attractive, maybe attracting a particular person, or you may feel like, yeah, you just want to be more attractive or in your power in more ways than one. The Nine of Cups is in the challenge, so there is a wish fulfillment that might be withheld at this time. The World is here in the challenge, so it may also feel like just achieving your wishes in the world, like on a very big picture. It may feel like it's not happening, or it may feel like there's so much to do to get to where you want to be, because you've got big dreams. It's like you know what you want. When I'm looking at these cards, this is the challenge, then it tells me you do know what you want. Or even who you want in this instance here, or where you want to be with regards to anything like your career level and status, your home and where you live, how you feel inside of yourself and the place you're at. I do feel like these are all things that may feel like are out of reach right now, or it's something you've got to work towards. So what will help with the challenge, interesting to see, because this is where the challenging cards lie, is what will help with the challenge. The 9 and 10 of Wands, or 10 and 9 of Wands, and then the 7 of Pentacles. And all of these are heavy lifting cards, all of them. They're exhausted, they're tired, they're overloaded, they're overwhelmed. I saw 1111 just now. They require investment, and they can require a great deal of commitment and perseverance. So yeah, what is required here is for you, I'm getting some, stop pushing. One area for someone out there is stop beating on that door that is closed for someone, or like stop pushing something uphill that, like this, there's an area you might be putting your energy and attention that is not beneficial for you. Your energy is best invested back into yourself. And healthy eating, again, coming up here with these beautiful apples, but apples also the tree of knowledge as well. So you do see this message here quite a bit about expanding your knowledge, your learning, your awareness, your education, and staying open-minded and curious. And with the Page of Swords and the 8 of Cups with the imagery, really does look like someone who's got a lot to learn in this journey at this point, to make things, I guess, easier for them in the future. There is a defensive energy here, I feel, as well, where I kind of get this feeling like maybe it's negative thinking that's brought you to these circumstances, like being, I'm just going to say, pessimistic about something to a point that it's created that. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy I'm kind of getting here in some area of your life. And that might be something you're trying to sort of breathe a bit of light into and understand why these patterns are here and why you might sabotage in that way. It may be also in a person you're dealing with. It may not be you. It may be dealing with someone who is like this, that, you know, it's a bit of a complicated, I feel, situation. And I do also get a lot of guardedness. I don't know if I said that before, but like, I do feel there's probably not speaking to many people about what is going on for you. You might be putting on a bit of a mask and just, yeah, I do feel like a bit of a stubborn energy in this as well. So you might be just so used to doing things your way, or in a way that's like, you could use some help, I feel. You could use some support, but I kind of also feel like you may not be someone to reach out for that, and you might be someone who just sort of gives that to themselves, I guess. So further guidance, I like this energy. We have got the King of Wands, the Page of Cups, the 7 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like this is to do with your personal direction, potentially your career, just your life overall. And I was going to say overhaul then as well, I was thinking. So that very literally could be the case, especially when we're looking at the Temperance, Wheel of Fortune, and Death right away in your current energy. That is about bringing balance back into your life. That is about massive changes, change of season. It's also about breaking old cycles as well. The wheel can sometimes be about, you know, repeating, going around and around and around in the same cycle. And with the Death card there, it's like, you know, it's time for sale, I'm seeing. It's like time to sell up the old dream or sell up the old cycle. And move away from that and open your mind to a new beginning and a rebirth and a different community, different home potentially. There's something about the home space that is changing, or you would like to see change there. Then someone needs to go or something. So yeah, or maybe it's just travel and getting a fresh perspective. But further guidance with the, I don't even know where I was up to with this actually. Where did I drifted right away. King of Wands here. See, and particularly with this chart as well, it's downward trending with this particular graph. You know, maybe things were doing better for you in the past with a particular area. Maybe it's to do with your career, and something has happened where it just a big fall, and then you maybe try to climb up, and then another fall, and it's just falling downstairs. You know the song "Talking While I'm Falling Downstairs." I don't know. That's an oldie, I think. But yeah, what I do see here is there's a need to, like, I kind of actually see her face is bruised here too. So there may have been a physical fight you've had to go through, whether that's metaphorical or quite literal. There's something here with regards to your work that has been a real challenge, or has not been working how you'd like it to. But also what I see within all of this is you actually overcoming it and making yourself very successful. I do really see that. Like it's because of all of this self-reflection, what I'm seeing here in the Page of Cups, that is the reason why you're self-reflecting over what happened here, whether that was a mistake you had made, or a series of choices that kept leading you down and down and down. There's a deep reflection about your patterns, your choices. Like, it's a deep, hard look in the mirror with regards to something here, I do feel. And it's a good thing, though. It might be confronting and uncomfortable, but it's a good thing. Because what I see capping this is the main energy, and I see capping this. And what I see with this is someone who's got a great vision for something, a successful business or idea, or it could also have regards to, you know, family dynamics as well, and the home space, and the people that live there, and who you nurture, and all of those things. The ripple effect that your great choices make in life, basically. I just see so much capability, and it's because of this reflection that you will manage. Without that reflection, then perhaps not. But I do feel, you know, it kind of feel maybe pushed into a corner with regards to having to face something that, like you've got to have to face it eventually, or you knew that, so that's why you have been, or something like that. So in the outcome, I like this outcome. It's quite light energy. I get a bunch of different messages. So with the Three of Cups, first and foremost, this is reunion. So the outcome is to expect to have reunion with someone, or a group of people, friends, a celebration of some kind with people that you adore or enjoy. Three of Cups is a really rejoiceful energy, and it's the first one out here. And when I'm starting the reading with the Three of Wands and like feeling disconnected from something or waiting for something, it sort of makes me feel like this might be what that is coming in for you, or the right thing coming in for you. These could be new friends and connections, celebrations, whatever. With the the Knight of Wands here as well, this could be about dating and intimacy and having fun and sort of meeting new people and getting yourself out there. With the Nine of Pentacles and the Fool, all of these together look like someone who's ready for new experiences, and someone who's ready to just go and have a little bit of fun. There is a message here of being impulsive and not thinking things through. So do be aware of those tendencies if you have them, to sort of rush into things, or just follow your passions blindly or anything like that. Just do what's right for you, I guess the advice is here. But the advice is honestly to knuckle down and do a bit of work, and release as well. We've got the everything just went dark. We've got the Five of Swords here as well. So you are releasing something perhaps that has brought darkness into your world. Like everything's like the sun went behind a cloud just now. So yeah. There's also this competition imagery here as well. So releasing any sense of competition, and just believing in yourself and believing in your own creation, and just staying in your lane and doing your work. There is no need for competitive mindset. split the deck and see the Ace of Wands, Ace of Wands, sorry, this is the 8, but the Ace is underneath it. I'll pick that up for you too. And the King of Pentacles as well. Look, I see, and look, with the Devil and the Sun there too, I do actually see a lot of success for you with regards to work and business in this reading, your career, your finances, things getting better, your creativity, your attractiveness, the energy you use, the way you speak. Like, I do see good things for you. You've got the gift of the gab or something, you've got charisma. I do see the Lovers now on a split, the 8 of Pentacles, yeah, and the 3 of Pentacles, you're an artist. You're potentially your own boss, or potentially a teacher. There's so much here. It's like, remember who you are or something, you know, like, yeah, things might be hard right now and things might be at a standstill. You've got the standstill card, but I keep just go back to what you remember. Go back to, that's actually here somewhere, I think. Go back to basics or something. Is it? Yeah, it is. All right, we'll get to it in a moment. Yeah, so look, new opportunities, freshening your energy, connecting to what you already do have. There's abundance mindset here. There's a lot of play and fun and even fitness, if that's something you're going for right now. I see that energy there for fitness or trying new things with regards to food. I see this banquet here in the 9 of Pentacles. Anything else? Particularly in the 9 of Wands. The Page of Wands, yeah, I see, like, that was that message. I'm like, but be careful with what you're doing. Like, there's good times here, there's abundance here, there's new opportunities here, but be careful with what you're doing with your energy and what you're choosing and your impulsive choices, because the Page of Wands, to confirm the Knight of Wands, it's like a younger wand energy. It's curious and it's fun and it tries new things, but with this particular depiction, it shows someone who hasn't learned from their mistakes, and if they stood up, they may not continue to get bitten by these lizards that are all over her. 8 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So be careful of the cycles you put yourself in with regards to powerlessness here, the choices you're making. I see the Star. It's time for healing. It's time to look to a new horizon. Like, really, absolutely. Like, both of these are so fresh. And look, as I stop shuffling here, I see the Magician, the Empress, what am I going on about? And the Knight of Pentacles. And you all know I love the Knight of Pentacles. He is devoted, he gets the job done, he's not in a hurry, he doesn't need approval, he's just happy and good in his own lane. And there's an added message here of not needing approval or emotional validation from external sources. Like, you know you don't need that. You know you're good, you know you're powerful, you know you're abundant. You're fertile and nurturing and kind and gentle, and people love, I'm just hearing people love your touch, or someone loves your touch. There's something about your touch. Maybe you have healing hands, maybe you give a great massage, maybe you give a really warm hug. There's something here about you you've got the goods, I'm hearing, right? I saw 2222 before, but you've got something really special and just, it feels really nice. And you might be feeling disconnected from that part of yourself at this time, but it's in there. And Judgment I saw as well, High Priestess, there she is. Choices to be made, follow your intuition. So in the Oracle cards, we have Pink Pepper, Wilderness, Eagerness, and we have the Solar Plexus here as well. So we really are looking at a reading that talks about your personal power. This is also, Pink Pepper has, I think, antiviral and antibacterial properties as well. So you might be fighting and some level of infection, or you might be looking at your health to that degree, like really trying to get a healthy gut biome or something. Like, I just feel like so much for Group 1 lately has been about nourishing food, which I think is so amazing, because you also have Make a Meal in your self-care cards here. So definitely looking at healthy food. And just looking at the meridian that runs down her finger here, it also makes me think about like Chinese herbs and circulation and things that help, like really like looking at your body and how you function, all of your different systems on a microscopic level. So some of you might be really invested in your health right now, or feeling the call to be invested in your health. We have Spirit, Crow Spirit, sorry, co-create with Spirit. And I kind of feel like these guys belong together. Don't they look like a great team? That Crow could be perched on her shoulder for sure. But with the message of Crow, it can feel like, you know, the message is co-create with spirit, but with these cards I'm seeing here, you may feel like things have been out of alignment, or you haven't been able to grab a hold of the magic that is you or your ability. I see 2424 now at the recording, so lots of double numbers. You might be getting haunted by numbers, but the crow it's here to help you bring things back on track when you feel like you've perhaps gone off track. A lot of people like to tell you how intelligent the crow is. There's a lot of people will often say that. So I think, again, with the message of the crystal as well, is using discernment and using the power of your mind to overcome anxieties and emotional turmoil, but helping you bring things back on track. I kind of kept feeling like I want to go to the book though. I feel it. So I'm going to, what do we want to say? Okay, I'm looking at the protection message. That's where I'm guided. So Crow Spirit wants to know why you think there is no magic in the world, or do you believe that there once was, but it ran out, leaving nothing but order and ordinariness? Although conditions have become challenging, you have no reason to believe that everything you've set an intention for will elude you. Right now, the outer world is shifting. Can you feel that your capacity for calm and grounded communication is heightened at this time? Follow the way of dear spirit. You will do well, gaining the respect of others and finding common ground that is pleasing to you. Remember that understanding others and their needs will be more powerful at this time than putting your own first. If you do that, you'll be rewarded tenfold. I don't know why it's going to dear spirit. Have I got the wrong one? I have. Maybe that was meant for you. Let's just, right. I did get the wrong one. I was wondering why it went on to dear. I'm like, what are they, friends? Okay, anyway, let's go to Crow Spirit. Take it or leave it. Yeah, no, wait, I did have it right. Can you feel that your capacity for calm and grounded communication? I literally did, and it's like, so okay, maybe there is a need for grounded, clear communication at this time, but let's actually go back to what Crow was suggesting you might be feeling. Can you feel it? Maybe you're fretting about experiencing the results of some of your poor choices or judgment from the past, and we did touch on that. Crow Spirit is here to remind you that you can always correct course and get back on track. Exactly. Maybe you've been hit by a loss or a disappointment as a result of an event that had absolutely nothing to do with your manifesting, yet it has shaken you to your core. Crow asks you to trust that no matter the temporary conditions, things will right themselves very soon. The law of balance makes it inevitable that this too shall pass. And this too shall pass came up a few times when I was pulling the cards, and I was like, I'll remember that because I'll have to tell them. Because that was you know how when I'm doing a reading at times there's like one affirmation, like this is your affirmation right now. Absolutely, this too shall pass was the one for group 1 this week. So I grabbed a couple of archetypal cards. We have in the shadow element of the Fool, so using humor to wound rather than liberate, and denial of your emotional truth. So you may have been running from your emotions and fearing them a bit lately and not really wanting to deal with things, suppressing. And making, I'm hearing self-deprecating humor for some people. That may be the case, and do be gentle if that is something you turn to, because your body is listening. Like there's a connection you have to yourself, and it is listening. So do be gentle with your words and how you speak about yourself. We have in the light attribute of the prostitute, which accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating your power of your spirit. So this is all about sticking to your merit, sticking to your truth, not being able to be sold or bought or in any which way. Like you will find a way to survive even regardless of the challenges, as long as you know you're good, as long as you know you're true to yourself. It's that type of energy. We have stand still. The message of stand still is about just allowing things to move. This too shall pass, quite literally, is the affirmation for this card. You may feel like there's a bit of a struggle, and when there is a need to just let things flow. Let's see if the book has something for us. Let's get the right page too, hey? The edge of the swamp is often a quagmire of mud and silt, but an abundance of plants and swamp insects dwell there. Because of the sticky nature of the mud, it's often impossible to walk through swamplands. Even trying to maneuver with a boat can be difficult and treacherous because of the dense vegetation. However, there's great value in swamplands. They act as natural flood control, as runoff can be temporarily stored in their basins. They keep land around them they keep the land around them from washing away. Lush vegetation provides a haven for nesting birds and waterfowl, as well as as habitat to mammals such as a beaver. That's not really giving us the message there. It feels like some areas of your life have slowed down or even come to a standstill. Then you are right. Something is not progressing. Even if it seems that things are flowing, look beneath the surface. Perhaps something is immovable. The first step to becoming unstuck is to acknowledge where you are. The soul loves the truth. In life, you can either say, there are no weeds, or you can notice the weeds and begin to pull them out. Notice what isn't working in your life and then take slow and steady steps to unblock the barriers. In nature, when one is being sucked into mud, the worst thing to do is struggle. The best thing to do is slowly, carefully, one step at a time, extricate yourself. Whoa, all right. It's definitely through this reading. So these two came together, and I really like that, because then you've also got these two that came together with the Tea Leaf Oracle. It's really sweet. I love when that happens. So you have Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you, and Clouds, temporary problems. So this is temporary. These worries, these concerns are temporary. You have Quill, get back to basics, and Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start, right? In your outcome, both of them. I love the feeling of these. Like, what I'm really getting about this is that 100% new is what's right for you. Like, if you're considering of reviving something, it feels like the answer is no, new, fresh, new. No, I'm hearing no strings or something, like no, nothing attached to it, like new. We have beauty ritual. That might be something you're wanting to do for yourself, to take care of yourself and just feel nice. It might be just to do with your personal grooming, your presentation, the things you go through in the bathroom or whatever. We have movement. I love that. We do see it here with the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. I do feel like that's often a physical exertion, energy, or like passion and movement. So exercising might be for you right now, or yoga. And make a meal, we saw that before as well. So group 1, that is what I have for you in this reading. I hope that has given you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance with regards to what's going on here. And if you're after a private reading, you can get that in the description box below. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 1. Hey, group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the Rainbow Aura Explosion, then this one is for you. So Rainbow Aura is a beautiful stone, increasing that zest for life and vitality within self. Also supportive with releasing resentment and grief around dysfunctional relationships. But mostly what I feel for this one is just its glow up prettiness to it, because it has been altered to make it so beautiful, bonded with gold and titanium. So I do feel like for some of you, you might be going through a glow up, or you might be doing things that help really just increase your vitality or your beauty in some sense. Maybe you're getting some treatments done, or maybe it's something just overall from the inside out. Maybe you're nourishing your belly and it's showing in your eyes and your skin. Yeah, there's a lot to be said about beauty in your life and in your reading. So let's jump into the cards, group 2. I've got to say group 1's past energy is very similar to group 2 here. Same 2 cards are the same. A few similarities in the reading, so you may be drawn to group 1 as well. But the energies I see here are Gemini, Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Scorpio. Aquarius as well. Okay, so let's jump into the reading and see what we've got for you guys. Maybe in your energy read out, may not, doesn't matter if it isn't. It could just be also areas of your chart that are activated at this time, or people you're dealing with. But let's start with the first card. She's walking away. I'm leaving, it says here. The 8 of Cups. So you've disconnected yourself from something in the recent past. It's not been giving you the fulfillment it once did, or there's something about it it's just not it's not going to work out, and I think you've really come to that place of acceptance with this card here. But the Nine of Swords is there as well, and the Six of Wands. So I kind of actually feel like the Nine of Swords might be in regards to something else. I think for some of you it may have to do with what you're leaving behind, and I mean, I feel like it's a bit of both. So there may be stress about something you've walked away from, and you know, is there anything else that's going to come from this, or how are they feeling if it's a relationship, or just thoughts about how it all went down, and you know, maybe getting dreams about it, or having trouble sleeping perhaps for some. She looks like she's all right sleeping. It might just more be that it's just maybe the last thing you think of when you go to sleep, and potentially the first thing when you wake up. That could be haunting you in that sense. But for the most part, I think you're doing better. I think things are improving for you, and they're going to improve for you from what you've walked away from here. The Six of Wands is current energy, so you might be getting a lot of notice and a lot of attention. It's really interesting that we have a lot of parrots in your reading in the oracle cards, and then we have this rainbow aura as well. So it's like you're very attractive at this time. You might be shining, and people are seeing it. There might be transformation happening for you. In a beauty sense, or just in your energy, and it's lighting you up. Like the Aura Quartz is good for energy centers and bringing that vitality in. So I feel as well with the Nine of Swords, Six of Wands, you might be, for some of you, you've left something behind and you're wondering, well, what's going to be next for me, and how am I going to attract it? With the Nine of Swords, you might be worried that what do I want to say, having trouble finding, you will have trouble finding what you want or something, or you might worry that, I think this is a bit of self-doubt. Honestly, this reading this week for group 2 is like you're getting out of your way. You're getting out of your own way this week. This is past energy. You've moved through this a fair bit. I feel like you might be getting a bit of attention from external sources. So maybe if you're online dating, there might be a lot of people really into you, or if the work you're doing is online, there's a lot of people clicking over to your stuff and watching it. If it's just a glop or something you've done for yourself, then the people around you are really seeing those changes, and maybe even making notice of compliments about that as well. There's a lot to be said about compliments and giving them freely this week. So if you notice something beautiful in a friend this week, then let them know. I think it's really important at this time to speak up on the beautiful things you see in the world, and the beautiful things you see in your life. I think putting voice to that is really important. There's an oracle card that supports that as well. But I just do see that here, that I think supporting others helps you support yourself as well. So with the Nine of Swords, Six of Wands, yeah, you might be a bit anxious about the attention you're attracting, or about whether either is it the right attention, or you know, are you going to find what you want? There's a lot of options out there for you. I feel like there's a lot of potential. Things are really opening up for you. I feel like it's a really fertile time for you. So I just feel like it's time for you to have a bit of fun as well, and not take it all too hard or serious in a sense. Like it's time for you to lighten the load a little bit, and soften, and be kind to yourself. So in the week ahead energy, we have got the Lovers, the Four of Cups, and the Princess of Swords. So again, similar to group 1, with the Page of Swords being in the same location as well. So what I'm feeling here is life is serving you up with, what do I want to say? Potentially with a challenge, but I feel like it's multiple things here. I think life is serving you up with a change, with an expansion, with an opportunity to level up and grow up and expand and learn something new, and really step into your power and get out of your own way, and potentially stop holding yourself back, or stop connecting with that person that brings you down, or you know, stop bringing yourself down if it's coming from you. I really feel like there's a blockage getting removed at this time for you. And with the Four of Cups and the Lovers and the Page of Swords, it's like, you may not see it all right away. You may not see how good things are actually about to happen for you, how things are about to turn for you. You may sense it, you may feel it, you may kind of know it in some subtle sense, but but truth be told, I feel like you might not be totally plugged into it yet, or totally giving credit for it, or awareness, or gratitude, because the Four of Cups is here, and it's like an offer. The offer of the Lovers is like to me, it's like a grand change in your life, like a decision to be made for your highest potential, for things to work out for you in a really good way, but you're not seeing it like that. So maybe it's the fact that something's left your life and you're looking at all the empty cups and not noticing that there's actually an opportunity with this free time you have now, or this extra space you have to grow into. There's a lot, I think, what do I want to say? I kind of feel a bit muddled in this, like, because I feel like I might be hitting that message right for someone, but then there's other people connecting that that's not the way it is for them, but this can be interpreted differently that will suit them though. Like, I just kind of get, the most feeling I get is that maybe your attention, there's certain things or a certain thing in your life that's been getting more of your attention than it should, and that there's a need to really knuckle down and focus and maybe study if that's the case, or get yourself in a position where you have all of the resources you need. So like thinking ahead, getting organized, making appointments, doing your research, like all of that is here. You've got the time to do it. I'm feeling like it's time. There is a need for self-reflection of what's working in your world and what isn't, and because you're moving into a really good time, a time of a lot of blessings and a time of a lot of growth. So it is important that you actually grab a hold of that with both hands and let go of whatever these three other cups are. Maybe they're literally three different things, or it could be representative of one or two things. It doesn't matter. The point is, there's things that aren't working. You know, you've already, Eight of Cups is in the past. You've kind of already left those things behind, but maybe they still linger in your energy for whatever reason. Maybe they're still very present. You haven't quite finished dealing with them. Maybe there's still closure needed. Maybe there's just distance and time needed. But what is required of you, I feel, is grabbing a hold with both hands of that one opportunity that is going to be bringing you a lot of growth and expansion. So for some of you, that's like a new job, a new lifestyle changes, a study, to commit to a different way of living, a way of thinking, and really like grab a hold of negative thoughts and reassess those, and really look into those, breathe them some love and light, so that you can heal from that. And I feel like it's like retraining yourself to soften, in a sense, with like, there's a retraining going on here within self. So maybe it's to do with a bad habit or something. Like you're just like, no, I've got to retrain myself into this, like from a foundational, fundamental level, to rebuild something else, a new pattern, a new pathway, a new something. So split bang in the middle of the week, you've got all major arcanas to end your week. So we have the Hanged Man and the Magician. So with the Hanged Man, I feel like, especially because it actually sits underneath the Truth card on the table, one of your oracles we'll get to, it's like, this is a really time to reconsider some decisions, to start to look at things from a different perspective. They're hanging upside down, so looking at it from all angles to try and gain your personal truth in a situation, because there's things that need to go. There's things that aren't your truth. There's things that are around you that don't align, whether they're in relationships or habits, little choices we make from day to day. There's something here that needs to go, or it needs to shift. And for some, the thing about this being underneath truth is that Spirit's giving you the time to do that for some reason. Maybe maybe something is pulled back, and you just may notice that there's space for this. I do feel for many of you there's space for this, or maybe you need to make space for it. I don't know. There's something about an opportunity to really reflect and see things from a different perspective, because it may take that silence and that space. So what I'm also seeing here is to not overload yourself. Give yourself times of meditation and silence so that you can be reflective. Maybe this comes up in a practice, like in a yoga practice. That can be a great way to bring things up and transmute them. But I truly feel like this is about you giving yourself the time you need for your truth to come to light, to come up from the depths. Because the hard thing about this is not maybe being a bit confused about what belongs and what doesn't, or second guessing yourself, or second guessing a certain choice. But with the cards that follow the Hanged Man, so while things are shifting in a way that may not feel comfortable, you don't totally enjoy all of it, it's actually bringing you into personal power in a really wonderful way. We've got the Magician, the Empress and the Emperor, and the Sun. So you are manifesting, you are stepping into your power. You've got a lot of abundance around you with the Empress and the Emperor together. For some of you, this is a divine union, something very special in your life. This message could be about healing from relationship challenges and moving forward. But I want to read this as an individual, like as in you are the Empress, the Emperor, and the Magician all in one. Like you're stepping into your power, you're applying the knowledge, you're giving yourself all the rest and nourishment that you need. You're also assertive and organized and planning where you need to be. Like you're using every single resource that's at your tool belt. Your time management is really supportive of your dreams and goals and your rest period that's needed. The Sun here, she's even got a backpack. Like a lot of you are getting as students, a lot of you are learning something new, and like you're all of this is about massive expansion, capability, and growth. Like, and they're all major arcana. So this tells me the end of your week towards maybe the weekend, you're stepping up, you're expanding, you're growing, you're learning. There's a new level of mastery that you're willing to step into now. Like whatever this is, whatever you're coming to acceptance of or settling with. Like all right, so I'm seeing here now, I'm pulled back between these two, the Empress and the Six of Wands, and what I'm feeling with that is like, you may have wanted something, I don't know, like, no, fake it till you make it might not be quite it, but I feel like there's a certain way that you've been doing something or perhaps not doing something that's not going to amount to the Six of Wands that you want, or the Empress, the Magician, all of that success that you want. So that's what I'm thinking, like you may have felt like you haven't been doing it right, maybe you haven't been doing it enough, maybe you've like just need to tweak the way or the efforts put in because it's required for you to get those results. And what I'm seeing here as well is that your efforts, like there's something about doing the groundwork or the backstage work, like the stuff that the world doesn't exactly see, but you need to apply yourself to the foundational stuff or something like that, because that is what's going to help you grow into the Empress. And this is the type of difference, I think. Like right now you're going for maybe some level of status or something that might look really good, but you're being guided away from the superficial path or something into the more authentic path, if that makes sense, in some way. Like it's like you thought you had to do this or that or the other to get the attention or to make things work, but or like fake it or something like that, or you know, I'm not sure exactly how to word it, but when it turns out you've actually got what you were going for on an external level internally, and in a much bigger way than what you were grasping for externally. Like, you know, something's deeper and better is actually inside of you, and that will come out and flourish, and it'll end up being so much more than you thought. Like, I don't know how that makes sense for you, but that's what I'm seeing. And there's just with the Sun, the Emperor, like I do feel like there's a lot of stability in your life, and this literally the sun is shining on you. Like it's I feel like the conditions are right when I see this card. Like the universe is conspiring to support your growth, and that like just everything sort of rolls on in a really nice way for you. But I do see this beautiful balance between your rest and your work as well, so pay attention to that if you need to. So in the challenge, we've got a whole bunch of cards did come out, so I took them all. First we have Death, of course. So the challenge might be moving through transformation, releasing endings, allowing death to take its hold and transform you or transform your world. We have Fight Like a Girl. I was going to say Fight Like a Sword. I have no idea. Fight Like a Girl on the back of the Knight of Swords. And let's just get them all. The Four of Pentacles. The Devil. This is evil on her shirt. We have Temperance and the Four of Swords. So with all of these cards, what I'm seeing here is a couple of different things. For those that are dealing with a toxic connection, then you're just blocking, the challenge is sort of blocking that energy out and removing yourself from that situation, trying to find balance and healing. You've pulled your energy right away, and maybe that's been a challenge. Maybe you've felt this magnetic pull towards that energy, but you're trying to release that energy. You're trying to, This could be, doesn't have to be a toxic relationship. This can be with a person. It can be with anything. It can be with regards to eating and food. Like maybe you've been binging or something like this, and on the couch, like she's sitting there holding a packet of chips or something, you know, and you're like, no, this isn't good for me. I wake up sluggish. It's not supportive of my system. I'm not respecting my rest and digest cycles. Like, literally can see that here for some people. For others, this could be about, like, when I saw the Knight of Swords, I straight away thought of a confrontational person coming your way. So it could also be you being confrontational too, like watching your words and not trying to control your reactions, or trying to control there might be a part of you that wants to poke the bear or wants to get a response, or like, you know, you may be confused about what's happening. So you feel like if you just poke it, you might get a response, or you might see what's going on. I don't know, it's strange, this challenge, but what I feel for it is like you're aware of the devil's nature here in this situation. You're aware of the attachment or the powerlessness, the power struggle. You're totally aware, but it's all here is capability, and you overcoming that and protecting yourself from that, blocking out energies that are toxic and unhelpful. Doing what's required to get rest. With the Four of Pentacles, I do like to see that card as like foundational healing and resting, and doing what's required with regards to your finances and your budget, but not just that type of resource, but also your energy, your sleep cycles, your food you intake. Like for the Four of Pentacles is like back to basics, very grounded, doing the work. You know, no real source there, but that's okay. It's supportive, it's functional, I don't know. Trying to gain more functionality or something in an area, or in yourself, in your body, trying to function at your optimum, that type of thing. I think as well, like your need to be impulsive and just go, like you're holding yourself back from maybe, I was going to say destroying something, or maybe you felt like going and destroying something, and you've sort of just trying to temper yourself and hold back a little bit, trying to meditate. The challenge is to just control yourself at the moment, potentially, and also just getting out of your own way and releasing attachments to things that are unhealthy, Temperance and the Devil. So what will help with the challenge? Well, like I just said, we have the King of Swords. So using mental strength and intellect over emotional turmoil and confusion. So this is about not so much sitting making choices from the heart space, but being very discerning and clear, and perhaps cutting someone out, making an ending. We do have the Ten of Swords here, and what will help. We also have the Seven of Cups and the Page of Princess of Cups, and kind of got like a dating energy from this. She's like on the phone and there's all these cups, so maybe it's online dating. For some of you, the message is to get yourself out there, meet new people, have a good time. Like, you'll know if that message is for you. For others, it's like, be careful with the energies you're entertaining or letting into your world right now, because they're not all going to be good for you. There is kind of a need for closure in another area as well. So I don't know about like diluting your energy right now is probably not the greatest thing. I'm not so sure. I just do feel for this is like, do things that are sweet to your heart, entertain and share your energy with people that are kind to you, that have kind words, that are supportive and complimentary to you. This is like, you've got a lot of options around you at the moment with regards to probably many different areas. So just choose the sweet things. No, I don't mean that as I was going to say sweet like candy, but like sweet as in sweet to your heart space, sweet to your mind, sweet to your body. Gentle friendship, catching up with friends, talking to friends about something that's ended for you, you know, like don't go through it all on your own, that sort of thing. But yeah, cutting through confusion with the King of Swords is a big message for this whole reading. And so again, with the Hanged Man, like maybe you just need that time to rest and have silence so you can really see what's right for you. And then once you've acknowledged what's right for you, clear out anything that doesn't fit that anymore. It's like, it is a time to clear house, because you're about to be leveled up, you're about to be boosted, it feels like. So it's like these anchors or these things need to go. So further guidance, we have the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Three of Swords. Kind of felt like these obviously together, and it fell on top to be the salve or the balm. So Seven of Wands and Three of Swords. So there could be a situation, I do feel like there's a confrontation either already had or happening now. It doesn't totally feel like it's future energy, but who knows. I just feel like there's a need to defend yourself, protect yourself, liberate with the Seven of Wands. So, you know, stand up for what your truth is and what you believe in, and don't allow your power to be given to somebody else to make your choices. Like, I do feel like there's a lot of pain in this situation. If there's a conversation, what do I want to say? Let's get some clarifiers on this energy, because I feel like I keep being pulled to a few different directions. I don't feel that. No. That one. Seven of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Ten of Pentacles on the bottom. The Strength. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, totally. I love these. I love these. The confirmation cards are beautiful. And you've gone through enough is what I'm seeing with this. Like, you've just, like, I just want to say, stop putting yourself back in that cycle. If that's what's happening, if you keep going back to a cycle, then you're being asked to stop doing that and just love yourself. Just fill your own cup. Be there for you. Take your time, invest in yourself. Like, Seven of Pentacles is a timing card that is saying, it's asking for your investment, it's asking for your attention. So if you're studying, then apply yourself. You know, if you're healing, then really step up into that role and do these things that give you nourishment and healing. Like, act, like, allow your actions to follow your beliefs here, because you know you believe you deserve good, you deserve better, you deserve all of the good things that are coming your way. And so, but it needs you to meet those, like, you've got to meet spirit halfway is kind of what I'm feeling in that sense. Like, you already have. I really feel like you've put in a lot, but there's still adjustments required, I suppose, and that's probably going to be forever. Like, hey, we're human. But the Strength is here because it's asking you to overcome, again, like this like the Seven of Wands. Like, you have what it takes to overcome your lower nature as well. So if that's reactory, poke the bear energy or something like that, then you have what it takes to temper yourself, and just act within your best interest. Like, always have your own best interest at heart when you're making choices or having conversations this week. Like, really, maybe before you go into a conversation that you know is going to be like a deep one or a triggering one potentially, like if you're about to meet with someone, you know this is going to be a whole thing, we're going to discuss like deep things or something, just maybe have a little meditation on your best interest and really, like, that's why the Hanged Man is here underneath Truth. I really feel like this is a time for you to really check in with yourself and decide what is right for you. And then from there on, once you've really clarified what is right for you and what you want, from there on, your choices need to mirror that or match that. There's a real need for deep honesty with self this week. And then like, right, from now on, I'm going to whatever. So in the outcome, we have got the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Star. I do feel this Knight of Cups is another person sort of that has a lot of burden in their life, but they're also very nice or energy to be around in a sense. Like, there may be a lot of fun between you and this person. This is not for everyone, but you know, that's what I see for someone. So I do feel like there might be, like, this could also be multiple people for some of you, that just like I've seen here, like there's a lot of attention for some of you out there in group 2 this week, that like people want your attention, whether that's friends or colleagues or on the dating scene. But I feel like you're a bit overloaded right now with your own stuff. You've got your own healing to do. You haven't really got room to be welcoming in someone new right now. It kind of feels a bit like that. Like, by all means, go have fun. Like, the suggestion of the page of Princess of Cups to me is more about amicable friendships rather than romance. And I feel like the idea of romance might be really heavy right now. So whether that's coming from one particular person or just multiple people, I don't have the time for this. Honor that message of not having the time or feeling overwhelmed, and just take your own time out to rejuvenate and refresh with the Star here. Take your own time out to realign with what's right for you. The Ten of Wands, now taking this away from external energy of the Knight of Cups and some people like wanting your attention, but you just got a bit too much on your plate right now. the right person, the right things will align in the right timing. So you can just let go and trust that. Stay on your path, get on your path, stay on your path. And then all else will just, you know, fall before your feet, I feel. I really do. Like, things are really, like, I really see that conspiring to support your path with spirit here. There's a lot of that. So what else was I going to say? Yeah, the message where it's not about relationship. I do feel like this is about getting your balance with rest and play. Knight of Cups is often like, you know, a fun adventure, like going to a waterfall or just catching up with friends and just letting your hair down a little bit, doing something a little bit sweet and fun and different. Yeah. I feel like you just got a lot going on, and if you can make time for play, then by all means, having a nice balance is important. I've said that before here. So let's jump into the oracle cards. You have Copaiba. I'm not sure if I'm able to say that right. Copaiba. Growth and accomplishment. And I wanted to read from the book because it is so sweet. But first I'll also mention you had the parrot spirit in the animal deck, watch your words. And then you also had parrot in the tea leaf oracle. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. So I like to see all these parrots and then the rainbow. Like, it really does look like you are very attractive at this time. Like, you're very vibrant. There's even the rainbow oracle there as well, actually. Like, this is a time for your growth and your accomplishment, for you to shine and people to notice you. It really is. You just might be a bit too busy to take on the accolades. But let's go to the book for this beautiful oracle. Have no fear of projection. You'll never reach it. Copaiba is a balm obtained from the trunk of several pinnate-leaved South American trees. Let's go on to... Studies have shown that the beneficial effects of Copaiba are due to its anti-inflammatory and the support it offers the nervous system. This very special essence has the power to stimulate the same anti-inflammatory receptors in our body as the cannabis essence. Copaiba helps to reclaim who you really are, removing the mental patterns that are no longer serving you and shining bright the light within you, the sun, right? When Copaiba is in the positive side of her personality, she acknowledges that we all make mistakes and that faults are part of growing up and bettering ourselves. The negative side is, on the other hand, gives us a hard time for things we have not accomplished, always thinking that we can be better and never appreciating the achievements for what they really are. Copaiba strives for perfection in front of the cameras and the crowd, and she does not see the beauty that everyone else sees. Copaiba helps regain her true self and aligns the solar plexus with the heart, meaning that she is not afraid of showing the world who she really is on the inside. If Copaiba comes to your reading, you're advised to let go of perfection and appreciate your achievements. You've come a long way and you have done a lot. Reward and congratulate yourself. Release your imperfections and focus on your strengths. Deeply honor the soul to be in harmonious existence. Bathe yourself with sacred initiations and moments of celebration. The affirmation of this card is, I am miraculous just the way I am. I love that. I love it. So continuing on with these beautiful parrots, we have the parrot spirit, watch your words, and this is how you self-talk, you know, or it also, as we saw before, with compliments, and say nice things to other people. Don't hold your compliments back. Also be willing to receive them. If somebody says a nice thing, how do you respond? Do you say, oh no, or do you say thank you? Challenge yourself to say thank you if you're someone that says, oh no. Or like, oh, it's a bit uncomfortable. Like, challenge yourself in that moment to receive compliments. If that is for you, but also watch your words, like, you know, with your harsh tongue. Maybe there's some things, like I saw here a message of like wanting to poke a bear or wanting to sort of, I don't know if that's you or someone else, but it does look like just to be careful with what you're saying and who you're saying it to, and also particularly with someone gossiping about all your secrets. So be careful who you tell your personal information to, as well. For sure. So we have two cards from the archetype deck. One is shadow, one is light. So the light attribute, and so we'll go to the shadow first. The shadow attribute is the gambler, relying on luck rather than hard work. So that may have been the case for you. I feel like, especially when it sits above this area of the cards, like things have not been working out in a certain way, but you're looking at applying yourself and making things work. And with the Page of Swords, it's underneath, and that sort of points its sword up at the Truth card as well on the table here. It's like, yeah, it's time to get honest with something, and relying on luck rather than hard work is not going to work out. But then we have the hero, and you are the hero or heroine of your own journey. Passion for a journey of personal empowerment. So maybe while there has been, maybe you haven't been quite applying yourself, you've been going through something a little bit blindly, just maybe, not paying attention to the details enough, and now it's time to really grab a hold of this journey. Like I said, with whatever that cup is, like you're being offered, grab it with both hands, because it is your truth, and it will invoke a lot of passion inside of you. I see like a bit of a spiritual pilgrimage within this card as well. So stop, I'm hearing stop playing games and get to work, or something like that. But this mountain, like you're climbing something, you're going to achieve something really big. And I think you're already on the way, and it's time to gather up those resources, and also your classmates if you're a student, other people that are on the same journey as you. And I also get the message here for some of you that like you're going to meet someone when you get to the top who's also been climbing a similar journey to you. So we have the Truth card, and we spoke about that already, I think, about sitting with your truth. It is time, I think, because it's sat above the Hangman, so we talked about the Hanged Man, and that's exactly it. It is time to clear out the things that no longer align with your personal truth. But if you're unsure of what that truth is, then take the time needed to meditate and gain that clarity. So make a bit of room for the Tea Leaf Oracle. A whole bunch came out, I took them all. August is a highlighted month for you within this reading, so there may be something here that has to do with August. And honestly, I feel like I've been a bit of a group 2 lately, so for me, I've got due dates for my assessments in August 1st. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh god, I'm probably group 2 again, and I better knuckle down. Exactly, right? Can't rely on luck. Like, I've got to actually learn these things, right? So apply yourself. August may be important. And then we had Boot, which I was like, no way. Boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Like, okay, Spirit, I get it. I've been doing that. It's confirmation I'm on the right path. Thank you. So we also have Fair Woman, dealing or relationship with a woman with blonde or grey or white hair. Rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. And again, that added message of the rainbow quartz, the rainbow parrots, there's like a lot of beauty after a storm. There's like what you go through is actually going to make you shine even more so. And again, that message of like you were trying to reach for something, but it was actually nothing, and you thought it was great or something, but it was actually nothing on what you're actually going to get. Like so much better. Then you had Parrot. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. Be careful with who you're sharing with. We have Wall, a misunderstanding, and Spear, heartache over what you no longer have. So there is a complicated situation you do need to disentangle from, I feel, and then just apply your efforts in the right direction. I feel like this Fair Woman may even be you for some of you. Just being fair with yourself, being fair with others, being honest. And then we have some self-care cards as well. So we have Health Checkup. Maybe I felt that feminine health for some of you, for some of the ladies out there. There may be some feminine health checkup, maybe a screening or something if you haven't had a screening in a while. But yeah, just health of all kinds. She's got a little crystal around her neck, so it may also be alternative health practitioners that you see to help you on your journey. We had abundance planning, and for this one I also felt this is regards to budgeting, not just like vision board, but budgeting and getting on top of certain debts that maybe you've avoided or run away from, or something like being more responsible in the area of your finances. Create art, create beauty, create whatever it is that you're creative with. It doesn't have to be art. I'm creating a course at the moment to teach tarot, so I'll talk more about that once we've got it happening. But yeah, stick to your creations, apply yourself, create the beautiful things, create a beautiful home space, create a beautiful bedroom space for resting in, spruce it up, clear it out, dust it, whatever, and take a walk. This is actually, again, another message for me that's been lingering. to take a nice walk in nature and just sit by the creek again, because it's been a little while for me. I've been going to the gym instead, so nature is calling. Go for a nice walk for no other reason than to just slow down. And maybe this is where you're going to get a sense of your truth with the tree here and the Hanged Man. Maybe climb a tree and hang upside down from it. Who knows what'll come through. But yeah, group two. That is what I have for you in this reading. I hope that it's given you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance. If you're after a private reading, you can book that in the description box below. And that being said, I'll leave you with it and look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye, group 2. Hey, group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the Pyrite or Fool's Gold, then this one is for you. So Pyrite is a good stone for grounding and clearing negative energy, but also making choices with confidence, believing in yourself. And actually, as I look at it now, it kind of makes the shape of a heart. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of like a heart. So maybe you're feeling like maybe you feel like you've got a messy heart. I don't know. It feels a bit, yeah. Maybe there's a bit of confusion in your heart space. But let's jump into the reading. Group 3. I didn't say group 1 before, did I? I hope not. So energies I can see here mainly are Capricorn, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Sagittarius, and Cancer is here. So that might be your part of your chart, might be part of your chart that's activated, might be someone you're dealing with. All good if it's not. So past energy, we have the Knight of Wands, the Devil, and Strength. Yes, Strength. So when I see here the past, so look, when I first saw the page of, the Knight of Wands, I felt like a choice, you might have made an impulsive choice in the past to either go back to a situation that's not good for you, or to just an impulsive choice that ended up leaving you in a situation that didn't work well for you in the long term with the Devil. And kind of this impulsive choice might have been one little tiny thing. It could have been a whole connection or a whole thing, like a whole journey that you've been through. I think everyone might resonate with this reading a little differently with what this is in the past. But with the Strength here, it shows that you've done what is required to overcome this energy. Like maybe you did have an impulsive moment and relapsed on something. That's kind of the energy I get from this. Or maybe it's through a series of passionate but impulsive choices that led you down a path that perhaps just realized is not the right path for you. It doesn't feel right for you for whatever reason. This could be a toxic connection. This energy could be someone else you're protecting yourself from as well. The Devil, the Knight of Wands, can absolutely be someone who is very selfish and self-motivated, like for their own reasons. Like they've always got an ulterior motive potentially. I just don't, I've picked up a few times in this reading that there is an energy that you cannot trust around you. And it may very well be this situation that I'm holding up now. It could be someone else, but there's definitely a feeling of mistrust and like things hidden or secrecy or something. But anyway, you have had the strength to overcome this situation. I love the little lamb hugging the lion. It's such a sweet deck, this one. But I do feel like this has taken a lot for you to be able to sort of pull yourself away from, and it may have had a lasting impact on you. It may be something that you still struggle with, or something that has been, perhaps quite difficult. Why is that facing down? That's weird. I normally always have that facing up. And now that I have, it's the Five of Cups. So absolutely, absolutely, this is something that has caused a great deal of grief and sadness for you. Maybe even shock at the time. Four of Wands, Three of Swords, the Chariot. Ooh. Trying to move on from a heartbreak, from serious pain, from potentially a deep betrayal. If it wasn't a betrayal, it could just be the ending of something. Maybe you've lost a special loved one from your life, or there's been a lot of grief around this situation here. Okay, so in the current energy and moving ahead, we do have the Hermit, the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. We've actually got, I'm going to pull them all up. Normally I break it down, but let's pull it all up. the Eight of Pentacles, Six of Swords reversed, Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So what I'm seeing here, maybe I could have just broken it up, but anyway, you know what's coming. The Hermit and the Four of Pentacles, you've locked down your energy. With the Strength before that, after the Devil, it shows that you have done what is required to pull yourself back and to self-reflect and to just, recuperate and heal from something. I feel like you're a very sensitive person, very intuitive, very, very intuitive and connected. So I do feel like sometimes it might be a little bit confusing, and sometimes I also feel like people might take advantage of your empathic nature. And I just get a manipulation energy around you, whether that's someone in your past or maybe you're still dealing with them, but there's someone who uses your softness as a weakness or something like this, I'm feeling like, and maybe you've become aware of this and you're protecting that part of yourself now, and you're doing what's required to protect yourself. Or there's like, I do feel that beautiful Queen of Cups, like you've got the Eight of Pentacles on the other side, Four of Pentacles on the other side. So I do feel like you've done the right thing by pulling your energy back and just focusing in on yourself and focusing on your finances, focusing on your own life plan. And if you're building something with the Eight of Pentacles, like you're busy at your work, or you might be studying something, you might be building or creating something, I feel like it's really important for you to just stay invested in your work this week and to protect that beautiful heart of yours. I feel like what I'm seeing is someone is just doing all these external things that are important to do. They're responsibility things, like they've got to be done. While meanwhile, on the inside, there's a real tender part of yourself that's trying to cope right now, potentially, or just like, it's deep feeling at this time. There's a deep feeling, but you may just keeping yourself busy with the mundane and with the work and what needs to be done. I feel like it's really important to give yourself soft evenings if you can, or whenever your period is where you get a bit of alone time, to actually engage in some nice practices, like maybe a beautiful yoga with some soft candles and music, or just like really care for yourself, up the self-care at this time, and stay focused. Don't get distracted, don't get pulled back into devil energies. Stay open to really new opportunities for yourself, because there's a lot of change that's coming in the near future. Maybe it's kind of here now. It is here now, but the big stuff, the good stuff, is coming. Like, it's not here yet or something. Like, you've got to go through something and release before you can get to the other side, it feels like. Or so yeah, protect that. I don't want to put her down for some reason. I want to keep holding on to the Queen of Cups. She just hold her. Like, it just feels like she needs to be held and cared for, loved. So we have the Six of Swords reversed, Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So let's just hold these two. Six of Swords reversed is, I would say, ruminating, and with the challenge having the Six of Cups there as well, it does look like there might be a lot of ruminating and nostalgia, or like just maybe replaying conversations or replaying situations of the past, just not having a real hard time letting go of the past and letting yourself move forward or move on. You might, for whatever reason, still be hanging on to things that hold you back or sabotage you, or just in reflection, you're still processing. It's just where you're at. Maybe if it's just where you're at, then it's just where you're at, and in time things will dissipate. We have got the Eight of Cups there too. So I do see you doing all that you can to remove yourself from the things that don't serve you anymore. You're really putting in the effort to distance yourself. And I can see that throughout the whole week here, and just tend to your heart and get to work and study and build and do whatever it is you're doing with your chores and responsibilities and things like that. Like, I feel beautiful home cooked meals, like lots of staying home and not really letting anyone else in. Maybe even putting up, like blocking certain people, or just, like putting your own needs first for a little while you go through this release and just reorientate yourself. And then we have the Ten of Cups. And I split the deck if we're like, show me more on the Ten of Cups, so get the full. So 100% this is like those blessings yet to come for you. I feel like a new beginning is happening for you. It's time for you to go and perhaps travel and explore. There's a lot in this reading about traveling. The Eight of Cups, Six of Swords is, Six of Swords in particular, is travel over water. And then the Fool, sort of looking at this mountain top, and you've got the little blinky bill bag. If you're an Aussie, you'll know. but yeah, you're off on an adventure and you're ready for something new and sweet and beautiful. And the Ten of Cups is, you know, you're leaving with Eight of Cups to the Ten of Cups. So you're leaving one thing that's not serving you, but it's going to bring you so much fulfillment when you go to this new place or find yourself somewhere else. So in the challenge this week, we have got the Page of Swords, Six of Cups, Four of Swords. You might have somebody who is keeping their eye on you with that Page of Swords, or it could also be you keeping an eye on them or a past situation. There's a lot of fixation here and curiosity about the past or about a particular romantic relationship. I didn't mean to say romantic then. I was going to say something else, I think, but that's what came out, so maybe. But this can also be pertaining to family and, you know, childhood and things like that as well. So you could be clearing out a lot of old past childhood patterns you've learned from childhood and trying to heal from those patterns so they no longer run the show. Like I feel like you're really identifying the places where your power was minimized as a child and therefore you've continued to give your power away because for whatever reason, like you've been programmed into this. There's some programming you're rewiring your network, I think, rewiring your mind. The challenge might be getting rest, you know, from this situation. Like it may be so strong in your mind, like how can I just get peace from this? Like for some of you, something that's overwhelming, like just with the amount it's on your mind, I think that's what bothers you for some. But yeah. Definitely needing some rest and meditation and just to protect yourself as well. Like this is a bit of a, like, protect your family for someone, protect your children from someone if that's the case. Maybe there's a dangerous person in your past or in your, like an ex that like has a detrimental effect on your family for some. And that kind of is like a bit of a get back pussycat here. But it is also the Page of Wands, which is, you know, curiosity and, like, I guess it can be the spying card, which I did feel that from there. So there might be someone keeping their eye on you and that might be something you just want to distance yourself from. And I'm just going to get like more, I think, in this challenge. Just see if there's something else here that I'm missing. Nine of Cups. Group 1 may call to you as well, or yeah, any group actually. They're all different but similar in a sense. I don't know. But I've only just connected now to group 1, I think. What am I doing? Confirmation on the Page of Swords. I'm just getting this not talking, I'm hearing, not talking. Queen of Wands. You're not talking to someone. And you want to know, like, so I feel like that, like you want to know, or you want to talk to someone that's not talking to you, or vice versa. Like someone wants to talk to you, but you're not, and they want to know like how you're feeling or what's going on, and you don't want to talk to them. Ten of Wands, you may have just a lot going on right now. Seven of Wands, yeah, but defensive and protect, like you don't, yeah, you may want to defend yourself and protect yourself because, yeah, Eight of Swords, this situation makes you feel trapped and powerless and you just want your power back. You don't want to be stuck in this confusion anymore. There's a real, I'm just connecting now to a real, just serious anger and frustration over confusion. Like, it doesn't have to be that confusing or something. Like I just feel really angry about that. I don't know what that is. You will, I hope. I'm sure you will know what that is about. But there's so much confusion. It's frustrating. It's misleading. There's some injustice and misleading energy here that, like, why can't it just be concise and clear? Like I feel like it's like, I do this, why can't you? Like it's that type of feeling. I don't know. We'll leave that. What will help with the challenge is the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Magician. So, wow, right? Clarity over endings, having the power to speak your truth and finish something, stepping into your power with the Magician, utilizing all resources and materials at your fingertips to overcome a situation and finally put it to rest with this Ten of Swords. And so a lot of the decks I use these days, Ten of Swords is like, I don't know, they've got a different twist on it, but this is your classic Ten of Swords. There's nowhere else to put a knife in this body. And the Ace of Swords is almost like, you know, well, it's clarity here, of course, the crown up the top, but it's like this is a choice you need to give yourself, I'm feeling. Or like, if this is about closure, then you need to give it to yourself, is what I'm feeling here. And just step back into your power and let life bring you all the blessings that are meant to come for you at the other side of this. So further guidance, we have the Hanged Man, the Moon, Temperance, 3 major arcanas here. So there are parts of this situation with the moon here that are unknown and deceptive and possibly secretive. For some, that's the message, and there's a need to stop trying to burden yourself with figuring something out. Like, there might be a need, like I said with the closure, like maybe you just need to give yourself closure because the truth is this isn't right for you and that's all you need to know. It's that type of thing, I'm thinking. There's also like illusions here as well. So maybe you've been perceiving a certain person or a certain situation in a way that keeps the peace, or in a way that just isn't actually the truth for what it is. You may have, and this could be someone pulling the wool over your eyes, or a manipulation like I was picking up on before. But I feel like this is time to really see things for what they are, because this is like this is something you like. What I get with this particular thing, like, you are very powerful in all other areas of your life, and your power to make your own choice is your greatest power of all. But this situation you have 0 power over, is what I'm feeling. Like, this could be another person, this could be like a whole situation in the past that you're still trying to process or figure out. Like, like, I think Spirit's making it abundantly clear that you need to just surrender that, because it's not something you can overcome, or it's not something you're going to get the results you want it from. Let's get clarity on that as well, because this is an interesting one. The Wheel of Fortune, the 5 of Wands, and the Lovers. Yeah, right. So the Wheel of Fortune, as I read in another pile, I think group 2, the message I was getting was like just going around and round and round and round, and not actually breaking a cycle. And the 5 of Wands, and the Lovers, it's almost like, are there too many people involved in this situation? 5 of Wands and the Lovers, Moon, like, is there secrets about that? Or is it just social dynamics, like family dynamics, or just, I don't know, it's a bit muddled and it's a bit confusing, and I think there are more opinions than necessary around a situation. Or let's get one more. 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. Yeah, I keep feeling like it's elusive. Like, you're not quite going to get what you want from this situation. So you're best off actually to no longer dwell on the empty cups, and just take the offering that Spirit is giving you with this singular offer here. The Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning, right? Stop juggling the old and the new. Perhaps there's something you can put down. Queen of Swords I saw there. All right, so in the outcome energy, we have Judgment, the 2 of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. This is like great advice as well as an outcome, right? So the outcome is that you see the truth for what it is. You listen to that calling, the trumpet calling. It's time to reawaken. It's time to step into your power. It's time to believe in yourself, to make decisions with confidence, and no longer be in this crossroads, like, do I, don't I, should I stay, should I go, is it right, is it wrong, did they lie, is it the truth? Like, there's a lot of second guessing and doubting, I think, that's been going on here. But it's time for you to really commit. And even like the way he sort of holds this little globe, and he looks up, it's like a little bit of a you know, like, I just get that from this card. I think I've gotten that from him before, because his eyes are closed, and it's a little bit, and so be it. I feel like you need to be a little bit you know what that means? Like, just, no, I'm going to go in my direction, and that's fine, and that's final. Yeah, it's a bit like that. So if you need to embody a bit of that, then do it. Just, you know what's right for you, and turn in that direction is what it feels like. And then the Knight of Pentacles here, very Timon and Pumbaa, actually. I've only just noticed that now. I've never seen Timon and Pumbaa in there, so maybe there's a like Lion King type message here for you. Maybe you love the Lion King or Timon and Pumbaa. And it could also be about zany friends, like, you know, offbeat friends or something. Just adventurers, travelers, like they're like, you know, they belong to groups and like the pride lands, and but they also venture off and do different things. I don't know, and they eat bugs. I don't know, what am I getting about Timon and Pumbaa? Let me know below if that resonates somehow, the Timon and Pumbaa message, or what it might relate to for you. But I'll leave that one there and just talk about the Knight of Pentacles being that energy that is devoted and focused. You know, it's not rushing, it's very slow moving energy. So what I feel with this is like you have a realization that there's some path you need to take in life. Maybe it's to do with travel or career options or something, like, you know, right, this is no longer working, I need to go in this direction. Maybe it's leaving a relationship and being single and on your own and sort of finding yourself again, or, you know, whatever this is for you. I do feel a lot of you, this is travel. There's a lot of talk about travel. So let's jump to the Oracle cards, where we have Cumin from the Essence deck, and this is about versatility and journey. We've got like a compass imagery in the water, bags. This is Greece, I would imagine. So there may be some travel. We're going to go to the book for this because I really like the books, because it does talk about the essences, and it's a companion booklet with the essences. So if we're meant to stay in one place, we'd have roots instead of feet. That's the wise words for this card. Cumin is the travel oil and an amazing spice used in many cultures. It is the go-to spice used by people in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. It's very versatile and a great assistance for the stomach, respiratory disorders, and it can be a great support for diabetes, as well as aiding cognitive function. Cumin is easygoing and resourceful. When cumin is in a positive aspect of itself, he can solve problems quickly and digest a stressful situation with ease and flow. However, he can be difficult to deal with, as this essence is ruled by the element of fire. Cumin is filled with excitement and loves to spice up others. Cumin is a man in early adulthood with everything he needs to explore the world. He's waiting for the right moment to make a move. Cumin oil blends well with essences like cardamom, ginger, cilantro, and coriander, as each of these shares an aspect of what makes cumin whole, like courage, determination, excitement, and fairness. The divinatory meaning is, if this essence appears in your reading, your answer is in something to do with travel, overseas connection, or worldly matters. It's important to accept inevitable changes. The affirmation is, in the world in which I travel, I'm endlessly creating myself. And I love that this came up with the starfish, right? So maybe your dream or maybe your destiny is to be going and laying on a beautiful beach somewhere and soaking up the sun. But the starfish is about opening up to infinite possibilities. It is time for you to really go for it, like 100%. You've even got action from Sacred Destiny. So if there's not more of an encouraging message about go for it and believe in yourself, like Pyrite, take action with courage and confidence, right? I see 222 at the time of recording then. This whole message is about you being open to the new and not being afraid to take a leap, because life is actually shifting for you right now, or it is going to be soon. I do feel like a little bit of a knuckle down time, like this week anyway. It does look like a bit internal, but it is full of planning and work as well, and just sort of reorientating yourself and just releasing and getting ready. Like really, reorientation really feels like the message of that. And you're going off into a new adventure. Maybe you've already got your overseas destination booked. Maybe it's already like, you know when you're going. For some of you, maybe you don't, but it's time for you to actually be open to the possibility of that, because the infinite possibilities of the starfish is about not limiting what you believe you're capable of attracting in life, but really opening up to infinite possibilities. Like if you can think it, then it's probably possible. And like your biggest, wildest dream, it's likely possible. You need believe in it and take action towards it. So we get from the Archetype deck, I got a shadow and a light attribute card. So the shadow attribute is an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. The the divine child. So 100%, you can see it in this reading too, that there's like, you need to protect your beautiful heart. It was directly under the Queen of Cups too. And while one area is the Four of Pentacles, you know, keeping your cards close to your chest and blocking out other energies. Eight of Pentacles, focusing on your work. Inability to defend oneself against negative forces. So if you have got anyone that you need to, like, we've got the Seven of Wands in your challenge, you know, We've got a bit of like sort of flight energy, like maybe you run from a situation instead of speaking up or defending yourself. So it's worth being aware of and not being afraid to stand up for yourself and what your needs are. You have the Saboteur in the light attribute, highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. So it's like you may be really clicking on, like I was going to say finally, maybe it is finally, like you might be really becoming starkly aware of certain choices or lack thereof, the things that have held you back or limited you. And it highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. So it's, these things are highlighted now, and it's like you may be really scared to take an action or go on this journey, but like action, it's time, infinite possibility, stay open to it, right? So we have some tea leaf oracle. First one is funnel, a period of frustration and lessons to be learned. So things all might be coming to a head with that funnel energy there too. Like but it's a good thing in a sense. Like it's all got to happen. It has to, for whatever reason. Fly, a period of ill health or depression. Definitely time to be noticing your body and listening to its needs. I was going to say maybe cumin is supportive. It said something about the stomach there too. And then we have June. And this is a month of the year that's going to be really beneficial for you with regards to creating these changes, turning it around from frustration to what the next oracles that come from that deck, I feel. And I also felt with all the flowers around her, it's like you're being loved and protected. Like there's so much goodness around you, there's so much nourishment. And I feel like even the essences, so maybe aromatherapy would be nice for you, or herbs, like really paying attention to these sweet, subtle little gifts of the earth that can really be beneficial for your health, your mind, your body, just self-love. There's a lot of flowers, so flower essences might be something you want to work with. We have tortoise after that, so slowly but surely getting ahead, and that's what June is about for you, just slowly but surely getting ahead. Like none of this energy is really fast, but that's okay. You have vacation, which is amazing to see after all of these travel messages. And then you had angel, which is so perfect because I really felt that angelic presence here. Well, she is an angel, she has wings, but I just felt like this is Spirit's really holding you at this time. It's like same with that Queen of Cups feeling, like you do all the work, all the external stuff, but you're on an internal level, you're being so nourished, held and loved. So I think join in on that team, like be a part of that team, because Spirit is the one who's giving you the nourishing and the love. So get on board with that team and continue to feed that love to self. But angels, spiritual guidance and protection from harm, which I do feel you have if you're worried. I do feel that you are very loved, very protected and very sweet. We have look for fairies in the self-care oracle, so just go and have fun. Go and connect to your imagination and your creativity and just the sweetest, littlest things. It doesn't have to be just fairies, but you can find the sweet little magical things in anything. You have nourish your temple as well. And there's beautiful, beautiful advice in this reading, especially if you have been, as Fly suggests, struggling with some poor health at this time. Really, truly nourish your temple with leafy greens and just really good food. Pay attention to what your body needs rather than what it wants, because I'm sure it wants a lot of things that are not so good for it, like most of us, right? But it's more about listening to what your body needs, because if that's really going to have a ripple effect and also help you with confidence in your choosing, because it does have, like, you choose your vicious cycle, and you can choose a really, I guess, a positive cycle where one just feeds the other and allow that to be a positive one. So group 3, that is what I have for you in this reading. I hope it's given you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance in this particular movement that's happening for you. If you're after a private reading, you can book that in the description box below. And take care, group 3. I'll see you next time. Bye.